Welcome to Basic Business AI, a podcast dedicated to simple AI strategies for businesses who don't want to get an advanced tech degree or hire some marketing bro. I'm your host, Ana Gonzalez, and you can find me on social media at AnnaBotPrime. We bring on regular business owners like you and me to discuss practical strategies, ideas, and perspectives about AI without getting too far into the weeds of the tech. BBAI is sponsored by AnnaBots. Did you know companies that respond to customer inquiries in less than 1 minute have a 400% higher chance of closing the deal? Our AI-powered assistants have an average response of time of 9 seconds, meaning you can close more sales without generating more leads. No tech skills are needed, and you can get started in less than 10 minutes. Go to annabots.ai to learn more. Once more, that's annabots.ai. Today's guest is Clara Toombs. Clara is an email marketing strategist and mentor equipped with over 10 years of expertise in crafting email marketing, loyalty, and retention strategies. Her services are tuned to support ambitious entrepreneurs, coaches, and service providers in their journey to build successful online ventures. Not adventures, ventures. So, Clara, welcome to the show.
Hi, so nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad that you're here. So, from a perspective, how is AI reshaping the future of your industry?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So for me, I work in email marketing, and AI is it's showing up in so many different ways. But I think how it's reshaping what I do in the industry is that things are efficiency. So things are able to be delivered more quickly and effectively. There's the whole question around, do you need to hire a team actually when AI can do a lot of the work for you? So there's also content generation. So I think really in 5 years' time, what I do today is going to look very, very different because of AI. And that's really exciting, actually.
It is really exciting. So, tell me it is, yes, spitting everything up, but tell me one practical application that you use in your business.
Yeah, so so I actually have my own podcast as well. And one of the things that I just don't have time to do as much social media because of client work and what have you. And I like tools that help me save time
Mhm.
and also do things more effectively than if I do it myself. And there's a tool called Opus Clips. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you use them? It just really helps, particularly when I've recorded a podcast or I've created a video for social media or my email list. I just upload it and it basically helps understand, it segments out the best videos. So that's one tool I love. Um, Another tool I absolutely I use all the time is Copy AI, which is basically ChatGPT. I'm sure all of us are using it as standard now. Um, but I really feel like we're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI,
Mm.
and what we can do beyond just create a social media post for me. I think it's going to the next level now.
Yeah. And you mentioned Opus Clips, and I love how you can just put your video there, like you upload it, and it segments it, and it tells you which part of the video is better.
Mm,
It ranks it, and it
yeah,
tells you, okay, this clip is better because of this, and it tells you why.
yeah, it's
So
brilliant.
yeah, I really love that. And I've used Copy AI, but not as much. I started using it when I started also learning about ChatGPT, and that by that time, which was in 2023, 22, I don't remember, 23. Yes, starting of 2023. Uh, and I had no idea about how to use AI, so I was like, this doesn't work. But then tell me, do you have like a specific set of steps that you follow to create social media content for you?
Um, yeah, so I guess like starting in the beginning, Copy AI was referred to me by a friend, and she said, "Look, this is a really great tool." And I was skeptical at first because I thought I can get a lot of this for free with ChatGPT. I think it was 3.0 at the time. Um, but what Copy AI have done is, and what how they're different to ChatGPT is that they're scraping data from today as opposed to maybe a year or two ago. So it's the most up-to-date view of things. Um, but I like using AI to challenge my thinking. So if I've created a strategy for a client, I might try and challenge AI to say, is this bulletproof? How might this not work? So it's more about asking questions rather than it just creating social media content for me.
Mhm.
I feel like we're starting to take AI to the next level. I actually went to a MailChimp conference earlier this year and I saw um, Amika, the robots. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's the first, but she's essentially an AI robot. It was fascinating to actually see her on stage and talk. And she basically was able to hold a conversation, blink, roll her eyes. Like it was quite
Yeah.
creepy, but in a good way. And I found it fascinating that we're seeing science fiction like actually play out in front of us. Like that is really exciting because she was then able to summarize the entire discussion of the panel.
Mhm.
So there's so much I think is still untapped in terms of what's possible. Um, so I feel like for me, I'm much more excited, and I'm not an AI expert at all. I'm just very open to how it can help my business and help others.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned something very interesting. I mean, oh, I don't know where to start. Well, first you mentioned about how you create the strategies and you put them in ChatGPT or in Copy AI, or you put them in the platform and you ask, is this bulletproof? What
Yeah,
issues do you see here? And I think that is the right, I mean, one of the right ways to use AI, not to replace you, but to use it as a tool because it is a tool.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
yes, exactly. And to try to poke in and see if there are holes in your logic or whatever you just built, and
Yeah,
to make it better, to augment you. Um, and the other thing that you mentioned that I think is really interesting is that we are seeing science fiction come to life, come true. A couple months ago, I watched this movie from the 90s called the Demolition Man.
oh, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
No, it's with Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock. And in the 90s, it was really fun to see what in the 90s people would think that the future would look like. And
Mm,
there was this scene that I remember very well. And there was this room, like a meeting room, and people were having a meeting, but there were people in a computer. Like there was this table, and around the table there were computers with faces. And I mean, it is happening right now. Like there's no room with the table and computers around it, but we have Zoom, and just little things that they showed in that movie of what they thought that the future would look like. And they're happening right now. Maybe not exactly like they portrayed it in the movie, but the concept is happening right now. So I think it's very, very interesting what you're saying about that.
yeah. Yeah, it's really exciting. And I think I don't know if you have heard of Stephen Bartlett, but he's big on talking about um technology. And I saw him at a conference and he talked about the rate of change and how things are like moving so quickly. So
Mhm.
how maybe few years and years ago it was like maybe 5 years before a new computer came out, and now it's like so much quicker. Like technology is just speeding up so quickly. But I guess one thing that I know, I work with copywriters and content writers, and I know there's nervousness about it, but actually, there's a really good point I want to make that someone else had said recently, which is using AI can only enhance your business, not make things worse. Therefore,
Mhm.
you're going to generate more revenue. Therefore, you'll have more money to spend on retaining your staff and actually improving conditions for them.
Yeah.
So, okay, your role may change, but you still need a human element for AI in terms of approving, in terms of adjusting
Yes.
logic. You still need that human hand there.
Hmm.
Um, and so my view is in the right hands, and there's a whole other side of AI that, yeah, you can go into around bad intentions, good intentions, but in terms of, running a business, it's actually, I think there's so many positives in helping you generate more revenue, more customer satisfaction, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes, you mentioned it. I completely agree with that. Learning to use AI correctly can only
Mm,
augment your business. That was
definitely.
yeah, that was an awesome quote. Thank you for that. So, Clara, tell us about who you serve and how people can reach out to you.
So I work with small business owners, service-based providers, and product owners type, so e-commerce type businesses. And I basically help people with their customer journey, predominantly on email marketing. And how they can reach out to me is they can follow me on Instagram or check out my website. My Instagram is Clara Toombs Consulting. Um, I'm always giving out lots of free content around email marketing, so do check me out. I'd love to have you visit my pages.
Awesome. So we're going to wrap from here. Thanks to our guest Clara Toombs for joining us for a practical conversation about AI and its potential for business. You can learn more about what she does by visiting her Instagram at Clara Toombs Consulting, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yay. If you're in a business of any size and you have some ideas or strategies around the topic of AI, we'd love to have you on for a future episode as well. We interview business owners of all levels of experience and exposure to AI so we can represent all voices, especially the 90% of us who are curious about AI but not trying to be tech geniuses. Apply for a future episode by going to basicbusinessai.com. And one more time, if you want to install a 24/7 AI sales and support team for less than 10% of the cost of a single employee, get yourself an Anabot. Learn more at anabots.ai. See you next time on Basic Business AI. Oh, and by the way, if you like this episode, tell your friends. See you later.